What's up, everyone? Wanted to share a quick little story with y'all while my coffee here is boiling. And it has to do with understanding where you live. Okay. Now, I'm noticing how people are reacting after the election results. Some people are so happy that it's as if like they found the cure for cancer or something. People are crying on the streets and hugging, all kinds of stuff like this. And then there's others who think that the world just ended because a Democrat is now suddenly the president. Okay, so this is very loony to me. And I'll tell you why. Because people in this country don't really understand how much freedom they have and how lucky they are that there's even a legitimate election to begin with. And by legitimate, I mean that there's two parties involved, and these two parties are watching each other like hawks, making sure that everything goes down smoothly and there's no fraud happening. Now I understand that there's a possible conspiracy theory out there that maybe there's some fraudulent activity, but again, according to the laws of this country, they can go to court if the judge sees fit. They can do all the kind of investigating that they need to do. They can do recounts. They can do whatever it is that they want to do to prove that yes, the votes are legitimate and the election results are also legitimate and Joe Biden is the president. Now, let me tell you a little about where I came from. Okay, I was born in Armenia in 87. So that's pre-collapse of the Soviet Union. So my childhood is what we call the dark years, where I literally grew up as a kid where there was no water all day long and there was no electricity. So I literally grew up in darkness and cold. Okay. Like, for example, if there's a fire outside and a fire engine shows up, well, there's no water in the fire truck. Okay, so that's the type of reality that I had as a child. Those are the types of expectations I had from my government. How did my government decide to come into power? Well, they just came into the parliament and shot up the place with AK-47s, and they just took the power by force. No elections, nothing, just like that. That's how they got rid of their competition. Okay, they literally came into the parliament with AK-47s, shot up everyone, killed all the competition, and that was the end of that story. So it was like a mafia running the country. Okay, so understand how bad it could be, right? So when I ended up here in the United States, I was 10 years old. And one of the first things I did is I turned on the lights and I said, so is this on all day long? And my relative said, well, what do you mean? I said, is the electricity on for 24 hours or does it turn off? They said, of course it's on for 24. Why wouldn't it? I mean, unless there's a problem with the line or something, but why wouldn't it be on? I'm like, I don't know. Don't they turn it off or something? So, okay, that was my reality growing up, right? So this, even having electricity, something as simple as electricity, which I'm sure none of you ever even bothered to think about. Like, hey, there's electricity. That's great. That to me was a luxury when I came here. Okay. So all these people whining that their world just ended because there's a new president or their president didn't get elected. Honestly, wake up. Wake up and understand where you live, how much freedom you really have, and how privileged you should feel living in this country. Because again, even if Donald Trump isn't happy with those results, guess what? Like I said, he can open up a case. He can go to court. There's steps he can take. And the reason he could take those steps is because of the freedoms that this country provides. Please don't forget that.